All right, now I went live just a tad too soon. Here is mirror I just put in. These cabinets aren't looking too good. All right, so it's going to need a little touch up. I just did the floors, okay, and these are going to look really good, really rich with this floor. All right, so let me turn this around. Hi, Ariel. Thank you for being here. You make my day. All right. Got it. I went live a little too soon, a little too quick. Wasn't quite ready. But it's all good. So now I'm having to do my prep because I went live too soon on camera. Bad form, they call it. Bad form. Oh yes, bad form. All right. So, now that I've got a few things moved that I don't want any possibilities of any dust getting into, I'm gonna now shut this door. I'm gonna have this big shop vac brought in. I'm gonna turn it on. Got to get my mask on. Get this. I'll show you my my mini boom that I designed. This is a cheap version of the professional, and I'll show you what it looks like. All right, here's my mini boom. Now this is a camera tripod. There's where your camera would mount. But I don't care about that because I've zip tied my selfie stick onto my handle, which allows me to raise and lower it here. Okay, I can lower it. Okay, I can raise it. Also, I can extend the legs even further. All right, and then the selfie stick, you know, it's telescopic. All right, so we can raise it, and then the head on this pivots downwards, depending on how you have your camera set, right? Upwards, and so it's a perfect setup. I can drop this and turn this down, and I can extend it out. All right, it rotates in a 360. All right, and this will lock it in place. If I need to lock it in place. Okay, so that's what this one does. That locks it. Well, I gotta make it tight, but I don't want it tight. Anyways, I'm just showing you the feature and how this all comes together. Okay, now I'm gonna stick this here and get ready to go. All right. Now I got this up. All right. So now you can see everything I'll be doing. Ariel, let me make you a moderator. Okay, you're now a moderator. All right, there you go, Ariel. You're now a mod. Okay. How do you like that setup? The mirrors? Tell me how you like the mirrors with those sinks, the rectangle sinks. All right. So, no further ado. Actually, I'm going to set this over here in the corner so I can get a better angle going. All right. So, get the mask on right here. Right here. How. All right. Blow out the. All right, no further ado, let's make some noise. It makes me want to shout, come on now and shout. Welcome to none other than Home Improvement Tips. AKA Easy 2 Tips and Tricks. All right, let's do this. Now, I have the shot back. I have the shot back so I can obviously take in the dust so that it doesn't go flying all around this bathroom and get everything dusty. Okay, that wasn't too bad. This is a 220. I'm going to use this is a new type of pad. It's a fiber pad. It's a 180. But these are as smooth as if it were a 120, yet it's a 180 grade. So let me see while I'm stopped. While I'm stopped, I want to see what you're able to see here on camera. All right, yeah, you can see that, but let's zoom in. There you go. Now you can see what I'm seeing. So I want to go over that a little more. All right. I'm not going to take off all the stain. I'm not going to take it to bare wood. I just want to make it a little smoother with the sanding. It's more even. All right. There you go. Now you'll be able to see what I'm seeing. Hi, Deborah. Deborah, I'm going to make you a monitor. All right, Deborah, you're now a monitor. How's it going? If I didn't have this vacuum cleaner, dust would be everywhere, let me tell you. Stuck to everything. Okay, that is looking pretty good. All right, now with this type of stain I'll be using, it's a restore finish, and so the sanding does not have to be perfect. In most cases, a lot of times, you don't even have to sand it this much, and it will look really nice. So I'm going to do the next worst spot on here, which is that middle cabinet door right there. Okay. So we'll get this one next right here. Okay, now these doors, that door right there I've already did. I'm just going to touch that up a little bit. That's all I'm going to do. I won't sand it. If I sand it, it'll be very lightly with the 220 or 320 if I do anything, very lightly. All right, but this is the next one I'll be sanding. Now I'm going to wipe this down with a rag before I sand it. So this is what I'll be doing next. All right, there you go. Well, what do you guys think? Talk to me. All right, now you can see, I'll zoom in, that the vacuum will take the dust that's left behind right there off the face. All right, so all I got to do is run that right around that, and I'll take it what's left right here off the face. I'll do a little bit more sanding in this area here. That's looking pretty good. So I'm going to do a little bit more here. All right. All right, Ken, you're a moderator. Are you here, Ken? Ken, are you here? Deborah, are you here? Are you still here? All right, thank you. Let me know what you think. Talk to me. All right, I don't like how this is feeling. We're looking right here. I want to focus on this area. Smooth this out some. And then we'll do some staining on it, and I'll show you how good it's gonna look. All right. Now we're going to go get the stain, and I will show you. All right, what's the comment saying? Hello, Nadia. Hey, girl. Where's Nadia? Where's Nadia at? I don't see Nadia. Is that Nadia? No, that's Ariel. I thought I made you a moderator. There you go. Oh, that's Deborah. I don't see Nadia in the chat. Where is she? I don't see Nadia in the chat. Where is she? I don't see her. I don't see Nadia. I'm looking for Nadia. I don't see her. Is that her right here? I guess it must be. Let's make her. Oh, she is a moderator. All right. I'm not seeing Nadia for some reason. Maybe I'm blind. I don't see Nadia, you guys. Where's Nadia? Everybody's saying hi to Nadia. I don't see Nadia. Here, Nad is Nad. Huh? She's in a mood. I don't know who that is. Is that Nadia there with the eyeballs? I'm here, Brother Ken. Oh, but you're already a monitor. Okay. All right. I guess. I'm not sure if I'm seeing the chat correctly or not. Okay, I'm going to get the stain. And we're going to put some stain on what I've sanded so you can see how the stain works. And I'll know what else I need to do. Whether I need to add more, need to sand more, or if it's going to be just fine. But I'm thinking it should be just fine. That's what I'm anticipating. So let's find out what we're going to do. All right. That's what we're doing. All right, now I'm going to be using this stuff here, Restore Finish. Okay. By Harold. Restore Finish. It's a golden oak. I'm also mixing walnut with it. Okay. So we're going to mix a little walnut with this golden oak. And it should be the bomb. Now here is some walnut stain. That's my girl. That's my girl. Yes, it is. That's my dog. All right, un momento. Turn this around. This is what I'm doing. I'm going to pour some into this container. All right. Sometimes I use a brush, but not often. Sometimes a lot of times I just use a sponge or a rag, or make my own staining sponge. So we're gonna do that. A lot of times I won't put on the glove, but today I'm putting on a glove. Okay. So gonna rock and roll. We're gonna get her done one way or another for sure. Okay. Whoops, too far. There we go. That's what you should be seeing. All right, so now I need to open my container. Need to get my container opener over here. All right, bear with me. Bear with me, folks. Bear with me. All right, now you can use anything to. If I had a quarter or a nickel, you can use that. Okay, now I'm going to take this. I'm going to pour some of this into here. Okay, this is regular stain. It's a walnut stain. And then I'm mixing it with golden oak. And that's what this is, golden oak. That's the Restore finish. And I'm doing that to make it darker, to darken up the stain. So it's, now I'm custom staining because I'm mixing two different stains together. And so it's a custom stain. All right. All right, then. Now, I'm going to make my own staining sponge. And how I'm going to make a staining sponge is I'm going to take this sponge. This is a tiling sponge to use for wiping down your tile with. I'm going to take it, I'm going to put it into this t-shirt that is now a rag. And I'm going to stain it using it this way. Use it to stain with, should I say. All right. So I'm going to dip this into the stain, and I'm going to wipe down what it is. Now, this is a toilet seat. This was raw, unfinished. And I'm working on this. So what I'm going to do, before I leave this area, I'm going to wipe this down. All right, so you'll see what I'm doing. Okay, now I can bring this up, come down on it. All right, now I can zoom out. It should zoom out. There, is that zooming out? It is zoomed out. All right, so now I'm going to wipe that down. This is an old sweatshirt, okay? This old sweatshirt make great for staining and or wiping stuff down because it's kind of extra thick with this material back here. All right. So now I am just wiping this down. Okay. Okay, this is absorbed as much of the stain as it's going to. Now, at this juncture, if I wanted to make this darker, I would mix stain into my polyurethane and I would tint polyurethane, and I would make it darker by doing that, okay? Because this wood is not going to absorb any more stain. Now, the lid is a little darker just because of the wood, the type of wood grain. And so it's stained out a little darker. Not anything you can do about that. It's just the nature of the wood. Okay. So that you can't help. That is what it is. Catch the edges. Okay. Catching the edges. All right, it's okay. Make a big burger. Make a big burger. All right, now here's the top. All right, now the reason it's shiny is because the stain I put on has now been absorbed, and this is what's left over on the top of the surface. So I'm wiping this excess stain off of it. Okay. Now when I finish this, I'll be spraying it with polyurethane, which will seal it and give it a nice shine. And that will be the finished product. So it's pretty well finished, except for doing the underside of the toilet seat that I'm going to be doing. All right. Let me tilt this down. You can see, there you go. All right. I'm wiping this all off. Wiping off the excess. And then when this dries, I'll be able to spray it with polyurethane. Okay. So, and if you notice, I'm holding the edge here with my finger, all right? My hand touched it, and I don't want it to dry. My fingerprints, so I have to make sure I get them all wiped off, and I don't want to show start and stop marks, so I go from one side to the other, all right? You don't just go and quit. You go all the way to the other side, to the other end, so you don't see stop and start marks. Now I'm going to set it down on top of this so that nothing else touches. Okay. Now I'm going to have to pull this back. Okay. I'm going to take this, I'm going to set it right down on top of this here in the back. All right, now you'll see that that is sitting at an angle because this little nail is there. Now I have smudge marks right here that you can barely see right in there. All right, you can kind of see it. All right, so I'm just gonna, right there you can kind of see. All right, so I'm gonna come down here at the bottom and I'm gonna come up and catch this so that these smudge marks come off. Okay, the smudge marks are now gone from my fingers. All right. It all looks good. All right, now I'm going to give it one more little once over right in this area. All right, so you want to start around, go completely around, and then off. Okay. All right, now. All right. So now that I've got this will be set, and I'll be able to spray this here in just a few. And no further ado, let's get back to this bathroom, and I'll show you about those cabinets that we've been waiting on to get to. All right, killing two birds with one stone. Got the toilet seat I'm finishing up here, working on the bathroom in there. Doesn't get much better than that. All right. All right. Here we go. Okay. Okay, now, the moment we've all been waiting for. How's this gonna look? Let's turn this around. Let's show you. Thank everyone for being here. I'm still not seeing Natty. I don't know why. Unless that's her. I don't know. All right. Now, let's take a look at these cabinets. And I'll show you what these are going to look like. All right. First I'll do, well, let me just, no, too much. All right, now I'll do it because I'll zoom in and do a close-up. All right. After I get the stain on here, I'm doing well. Becky, how's it going, Becky? Thanks everyone for being here. Thank you, Ken, for moderating. Deborah. All right, here we go. We're off and running. We're back here at the races. All right, now let's get that out of my way. Okay, are you ready to see the transformation? The transformation. All right, you're going to see the transformation, not now, but right now. Because we're out here somewhere in the middle of nowhere. All right. Here we go. All right. Now, a little dab will do you, a little bit. What kind of sayings did your parents use that you remember? My dad used to say, a little dab will do ya. Just a little bit goes a long way. What are some of the sayings your folks, your family, your parents said that sticks with you? All right, you ready for the transformation? Woo, beautiful. What do you think? I think that looks pretty nice. What about you? Look at that. I call that a beaut. How about you? Cuckoo, cuckoo. What do you do? Is it live or is it Memorex? All right, put in the chat what you think about the transformation. How, brown cow. All right, why a brown cow? Because it rhymes. Yes, that's simple. Just because it rhymes. Ah! All right. We got a beaut. All right, you're ready for this one. That's the one in question, right? How's she going to look? Is she going to be a beaut? Or is she going to be a refute? Because it's going to be refuting. All right, here we go. What's it going to do when it comes for you? Well, I see something I'm not a-liking. I'm seeing something I'm not a-liking. Now, if they all looked like that, that would be cool looking. If they were all done this way, but that's not the case. It's not the case, no. All right. That means I'm going to have to get some straight walnut. So, while I'm walnutting, we're going to all right, so what do you think about that? How does that look? Good, bad, or not so good? Now, remember, it needs to be pretty consistent from one to the other. All right, so what do you think, folks? I'm thinking it's not so good. I'm thinking I gotta be creative around here. Oh, my battery's dying. I forgot. I'll have to get this plugged in. Or I'm going to lose. I'm going to end up ending my live stream if I don't get this charging. I about forgot. Hopefully it doesn't die before I get back in there. Because if it does, I'll have to do an update for sure. All right. Now I gotta go hurry. And before this dies, we have to make a pit stop and get it on the charger real quick. One moment. I don't want this to die. About messed up. All right, wow, it's down to 2%. Too close. So, bear with me for a minute. And we gotta go get it all set up to charge. So one moment, please. As it's falling. One moment. All right. Thank you for hanging out. Now I got to transfer this real quick to the bathroom, and hopefully it should get plugged in before it dies. Let's see how much charge is on it now. Check the charge. 1%. That's not working. Well, it may not catch up. I don't have a high speed. If this live stream dies, I'll have to do an update because I don't know. Hopefully I can get it plugged in before it dies, and hopefully this continues to charge before it dies. All right. Here we go. All right, we're on. Now, if this continues to charge, we'll be fine. If it doesn't, then it's gonna just end itself when the battery dies. But hopefully it don't. Okay, now I've got stain. Okay, where'd I put the stain? I set it down in a haste. All right, now I gotta go get the stain. And let me know your thoughts. I know it don't look that good. The one over here looks all right. That I'm going to have to work with. And I have to work with it. Like I was saying, I may end up having to pour stain into the poly and then darkening it layer by layer with poly, stain, and stain mixed. One moment, please. All right. Thank you for being here. Appreciate your patience. All right, now, what I'm going to do, all right, I'm going to turn on this fan because of the fumes. All right, now this is where I'm going to do a test spot. Okay. All right, now. All right, I'm gonna use a corner of this. All right, to see. if this is going to darken it and blend it in there. Okay. And this is why I'm saying I may have to, it looks like I may gonna yeah, it's too, I'm gonna have to yeah, that's too light. It's way too light. Alright, so unfortunately, unfortunately, because it's going to take me more time. Alright. But I'm going to have to take my polyurethane and mix stain into the polyurethane so that the light and the dark disappear. So I have to layer it with poly, because poly will dry. And then each layer with the stain and the polyurethane, it'll get darker and darker the more layers you put on it, and that'll just blend and it'll be really, really rich looking, really nice, rich color. And you won't see the light and the dark. That's what I'm going to have to do with these cabinets. Now, the unfortunate part is it's going to take me a lot longer. I thought I was going to be able to do this today, but that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. I'm going to have to do that process with the poly mixed into the stain and then layer it on. In which case I'll probably be taking these drawers out and doing it in my shop. Because yeah, that's not going to work. So now I'm just going to have to wipe down this, wipe this stain off that's on the surface. And I'll go ahead and wow. Well, it looks better except for the light and the darks. And this stands out like a sore thumb, this big spot. I could sand it all down to the bare wood, or almost to the bare wood, and it will look like this. But it won't be as dark as they are now. And that's what I'm going to have to decide. I like the darker look than the lighter look. Deborah, Ken, Ariel, Maddie.